YouTube, what's going on? In today's video, we're going to cover a trade recap of last week's entries on Bitcoin, BTC USD. We got 4 positions and we were able to capture a total of 17.92R. You could say 18%. I'm going to cover how we got into the market and show you that we can trade just about anything, whether it moves up and down, doesn't matter if it's crypto, Forex, commodities, you name it. Okay guys, we're going to cover our Bitcoin trades for the week. We took a couple trades towards the end of last week and we totaled about 18R, like I said, which should have been 18%, risking 1% if you're trading funded. I want you guys to understand that I'm not going to be doing this for free for a long time. This is just until the community grows a little bit. I'm posting all these analysis for free in the Telegram. Anybody can join. Doesn't cost you a dime. If you do want to learn more advanced techniques on how to get into the market, how to exit the market, we do have a course. That's the CPA Trading course that's available in the Discord. With that being said, let's get a look at the analysis that we posted for Bitcoin. So I've been having some fun trading Bitcoin. Like most of you know, it's a market that's open 24/7. It's not like Forex where the market closes on the weekend. So I go through weeks sometimes where I'm only looking at crypto. There's also times I'm posting a lot of swing markups for the FX pairs. So I'd say towards the end of last week, I was just playing with Bitcoin. So we're here on the weekly chart. Anybody knows we had a big bear run since summer. A lot of people were selling all their Bitcoin, getting rid of it. We had some exchange issues, whatever. Current price action, we could see that we're making new highs, right? So we came from this low and we made this new high. So this is a whole structural leg on the weekly. It looks like we're meeting some exhaustion towards these points, but we could mark this high as being a major change of character. Change of character just means like the first break and change in direction, right? Anybody that studies like smart money for free online should know that. Let's drop in time frames here. Okay, so we're still in this bull run. Let's go down to the daily, see what we were looking at. So we're in the highs of this range, this structural leg here, and we can mark off some important areas, right? So you can mark this high off. That's an important area, I'd say. We had our area where we changed character. That could also be a level as well. And that's kind of the range that we're stuck in, right? Dropping to the 4-hour, we could see that we made a low within this range, a high within this range, and we broke intermediate structure without completely breaking this high. We may have wicked above it a little bit, taking some buy stops, but I would consider this like an entire level, okay? And Bitcoin's a little different than the FX pairs, but all in all, you know, if you just trade structure, you shouldn't be too confused. Okay, so dropping to the 1-hour. This was, what day was this? This was Wednesday. We were approaching New York session in the morning. And during London, we had a big push down, I recall. So we can mark out our structure here. We have this high that was made on the Tuesday of the 23rd. And this low, and just see where we are within price market structure, right? So we had this high, we had this low, we retraced, and then during London we had a push down. Okay, I wake up around 8 o'clock for New York. I notice price come into this area. We could mark off as a supply zone and reject it, right? So this is where I got my first entry during the week, placing my stop right above this high as it happens, and just targeting the lows of this range. So we took this sell here, price trickled a little bit, danced around. I remember it came back up during Asia, almost taking us out at break even, as you can see. Barely getting us We kept our position break even, didn't even get us out. And then we had that sell off towards the next trading day. Boom, New York. Okay, so that was trade number 1. That was I believe 4.9, let me see, 4.84R. So we took profit around here, a little before the break, but you guys get the idea. That was trade number 1. Okay, we got into the market with the bias that we had made a high during the week and we're failing to break above that level. Price is due for a retracement to these areas, right? We can mark our range out as well here and potential areas that we want to see price be met. Okay, these are our points of interest. So trade number 1 played out well. That was our sell position. After that trade was taken, I was waiting to see what price wanted to do in these key areas. Okay, so we'll let price play out a little bit here because I didn't take any trades this day. Price was just trickling around in our point of interest. And then I believe during Asia, we were able to scalp a quick sell position. So anybody that is familiar with Wyckoff, you can recognize that price is creating liquidity and taking orders at a specific point of interest in the market, right? This tends to happen a lot when you're anticipating a reversal. You just want to see like what Menta FX says. He says like weak hands shifting to strong hands, right? So weak hands being these weak lows being taken and then strong push up to change direction. Okay, so I'm anticipating at this point that our demand zone is going to hold and that we're going to meet some type of reversal. However, during Asia session, we dropped down to the 1 minute. I was trying to get into the market and snag a quick sell. Okay, so let's see what happened here on the 1 minute. I believe our entry is like a little bit ahead. I do mark these out ahead of time just so I don't lose my place, but yeah. So on the 1 minute, I believe we took a sell based on this really small time frame structure. Now Asia session, I tend to scalp a little bit because the volume's not too crazy usually, but this is Forex knowledge I'm applying onto crypto. So I wouldn't advise always scalping during Asia session because crypto I'm still trying to mess around with. I don't know which sessions it moves the most yet, but I can say for sure during Forex, trading Forex, a lot of volume comes in during London and New York. So Asia session is pretty good to scalp usually, okay? So in this 1 minute range, I'm recognizing we have a pretty strong order block here that lines up very well with our 786 point of interest. And I waited for price to break these candles, okay, before I got my entry. So we mitigated that order block and then blew right through those candles, okay? So my entry was here with my stop above that high. My target was a structural break of this range, okay? So it says that we secured 3.2. So I'm gonna just put my TP right here and we'll let the trade play out, okay? So price is met pretty quick and we got out of the market. That was 3.2R, so in total around 7. At this point, I was shifting out to a higher time frame, seeing where we were within our range. So we had that structural shift from weak hands to strong hands. You could call this a change of character, okay? We rejected our area of demand, pushed up, and now we're retracing a little bit, okay? So if you wanted, you could mark out your range like this. You could recognize that there's a fair value gap here too that could be mitigated. It's just a cookie crumb. Where's my, there it is, okay. So after that trade, I was cool. I'm happy with that profit. I just wanted to see price develop and wait for another entry, okay? So after that happened, price pushed up pretty aggressively. Now at this point, I was very confident that price was going to come back up into higher areas of this range that we've created. So right now we're in between this high, you could say this high, and this low, right? So in my mind, we have our change of character, we mitigate our demand, strong move up. I want to see price meet these areas within the range, okay? You could say that one, you could say this one as well. These would be the areas that you'd expect price to meet, okay? So with that in mind, I finished Asia session taking a buy going into London. Price was dancing. We dropped down here, and then we took a buy going into London. I believe it was a limit order, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and TP1, no, we were targeting this area. Okay, so that was TP1. So I set that limit, went to bed, hope for the best, because in trading, it's all a game of probabilities. You don't know what's gonna happen. That's why we risk our capital accordingly, okay? So we took this limit order. Price bounced in our favor over London session, and then New York session came around and I scaled into my original buys. So price was dancing a bit more here. Okay, so this was the original position. In my mind, I wanted to see this low hold or this low hold, okay? So for this first trade, I used this low right here as my protected low, okay? And then for the second entry, that was a scale in New York, I used this low, okay? That's how I based my stop loss, okay? So taking these two buy positions with the assumption that we are now mitigating this range into higher prices to be met. My TP1 was this 618 area. And then TP2 was the bottom of this area, okay? So TP2 was the bottom of that area. So we can close this, make things cleaner, and boom, okay? So during New York, we had that push up that we wanted to see. And at this point, I took my 4.97 right off from this position, secured some profit for the day, and I let my New York position run break even to TP2, okay? At this point, my trades are all risk-free, so this could be like my trailing stop loss. And I'm just chilling for the day. I'm looking to see TP2 get met, okay? So we let price play out, and then boom, TP2 was hit. And I would say that was a very, very good trading week, considering we started trading Bitcoin on the Thursday and stopped on the Sunday. So that's like 3-4 days worth of trading one thing, right? So you can see how we used our higher time frame bias that, okay, we created a bullish structural leg on the 4-hour. We broke these highs. We saw that price bounce at a level 4 times and anticipated that selling would be lucrative if we could capture anything on the way down, which would be the retracement into the areas that we expect price to buy up again, right? And we're just playing within ranges, right? So trading is a game of probabilities, and it's a game of playing between ranges. I really hope each and every one of you can take something away from these videos. I love posting these analysis because it just shows you how I view the markets and how you could improve somewhat in your trading if you don't view the markets the same way or have trouble seeing structural legs, and how you should approach, like retracements versus mitigations, right? So higher time frame, corrective higher time frame price action versus like impulsive higher time frame price action. You can see how they differ on the lower time frames, right? And how we can get in and out of the market intraday and scalp, okay? If this video provided you with some value, please hit the like sub button. It helps my channel out a lot. If you're looking for some free resources, I also have a free ebook as well as a free Telegram group. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not going to be offering these trade analysis all the time in the Telegram, so I would take advantage while it's still available. As the community grows a little bit, I'm going to shift my focus towards the Discord community. And moving forward, I just want to thank each and every one of you for watching my channel. Thank you.